move you?
What moves you?
What you wear to bed is your business. So if you're sleeping in your contact lenses, ask about the Air Optics contacts so breathable, they're approved for up to 30 nights of continuous wear. Serious eye problems may occur. Ask your doctor and visit airoptics.com for safety information and a free 1-month trial.
I can't believe that just happened.
Do you see? No, couldn't be.
Think we'll get in trouble for this?
No, I think this is exactly what they're looking for.
If you have Medicare, I have 3 things you'll want to hear. There's an all-in...
Every addiction has a beginning. Now it has an end. I'm Dr. Damon Raskin at Cliffside, Malibu. In Ending Addiction for Good, we explain how we use the latest in addiction research to end drug and alcohol problems forever.
Our personalized approach is different from any other treatment center. With one-on-one therapy, we guide clients through the stages needed to transform their lives.
Our program is so successful, we guarantee it. Order Ending Addiction for Good now and get your life back.
You know, when I first saw her, it was like, amazing. There's almost no words to describe that. Something happened in the delivery room. The baby was fine, but my wife didn't survive. I had all these different emotions going on. I was scared. The future becomes my daughter. I contacted Smiley Law. They take on the stress of handling all of the legal issues. This way, I could focus on my daughter and moving forward. I don't think I could have found a better law firm. That's what gave me strength.
On HLN.
The verdict is in the Michael Jackson wrongful death trial, and we wait in 30 minutes. They are expected to read that verdict. Billions of dollars at stake. And thank you for joining us on Evening Express tonight. I'm Ryan Smith.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lynn Barry. Of course, this Jackson wrongful death trial going on for 21 weeks. Jury has deliberated for 4 days, and we just learned there is a verdict. We are awaiting that announcement, 6:30 Eastern time. We're watching it. We'll bring it to you live right here on Evening Express. But I want to go now to Alan Duke. He's live outside that Los Angeles courtroom. We're all sitting here really trying to read the tea leaves. But like Ryan pointed out, you can never know which direction a jury has gone in. I know that you talked a little bit about that the Jackson family attorneys seem a little nervous. What about AEG's side? Have you seen Marvin Putnam? What do they seem like?
Marvin Putnam was here today, this morning, on jury verdict watch, and I did not see him, but people who saw him told me that he was smiling. And I could understand why, because this 13 hours of deliberations and then the verdict certainly plays into the conventional wisdom that it would be going for AEG Live. But as Ryan correctly put out, you never really know. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. And you know what? I've seen so many lawyers walk into courtrooms smiling, happy. It doesn't go their way. But you're right, Alan. You have to project that sense of confidence going into a decision like this. Now, Alan, another thing we always look for when we talk about the Jacksons, a verdict happening now, they give them time to get to the courthouse. So I know you said you saw Catherine there. Have you seen other members of the Jackson family, and are others expected to be there?
No, I have not seen them in the last few minutes. Sometimes some of them enter right here, but none have in the last hour since the verdict was announced that they were going to announce a verdict. Catherine was already here. She had a hearing in front of the probate court judge concerning an estate issue, some payments of the lawyers, that sort of thing. Some routine stuff. No news happening there, really. And so she was here, and so she decided to stick around. And good thing she did, instead of driving back to Calabasas, which is, gosh, I mean, the 101 is all messed up today because of an oil spill. We might not see her in time for the verdict. I can tell you that she was patiently waiting outside of the courtroom where the trial was had been going on with an iPad playing a game. I sat there watching. I couldn't quite tell what game it was, but she was very much into that game on the iPad.
Well, listen, we all need to distract ourselves when we're stressed out, and you just need to break the tension. But, you know, Michael Jackson's fans, we've seen them gathering behind you before during these live shots where they are just so fanatic. They're so loyal to Michael Jackson. They have through other trials that he's experienced when he was alive. What is it like there now? Do you see some of them out there?
Well, they're here and they're wearing shirts that say they support Catherine Jackson, that they love Catherine Jackson. They've been wearing those much throughout the summer. I think they're pretty all coordinated on it today. There are a couple of dozen perhaps that are here, the core group. I can tell you, though, the Jackson fans are not one united group. there are different factions of them. Some of them thought the Jacksons should never have filed this suit because they said it was going to pull Michael's name through the mud and dredge up all of these things, while another group of them have been here supporting Kathryn Jackson, saying that they want to find out why Michael Jackson died. Kathryn herself said this is why she filed the suit. When asked by Marvin Putnam, the AEG lawyer, she said, "I want to know what happened to my son."
Do you think that question was answered,
despite
Alan?
the verdict today.
Do you think that question was answered?
Despite what the verdict is, yes. Despite what the verdict is, I can tell you over the last 5 months, in my head, from hearing those witnesses and seeing that evidence and reading those emails, I've got a pretty clear vision of what Michael's last months were like. There were some things that didn't come up into this trial that were brought out in depositions during discovery that I know about. The jurors weren't allowed to hear. So we have the benefit of that, too. Yes, I think regardless of the verdict, this has been quite an interesting process to find out about Michael Jackson's life and his death.
Alan, you mentioned regardless of the verdict, we found out so much. But let me ask you, you mentioned the different factions of Jackson fans, some saying they shouldn't have even brought the suit at all. If it does end up being a money verdict in favor of the Jackson family, do you think this brings them a sense of satisfaction? Do you think it in some way has made their lives better in the lives of his children? Because that's what a lot of people struggle with. So much has been said now about Michael Jackson, and the hope is that money will make things better.
No, actually, I don't think it does for Paris, Prince, and for Blanket, and for Kathryn Jackson. I really don't think the money is going to make much difference in their lives. They've got plenty of money from the estate. Ultimately, they'll get a lot more money than they're provided now, this tens of thousands of dollars every month that they get for their expenses and that sort of thing. They're not hurting for anything. Their father, their son, her son, he's gone, and he's not coming back no matter what the verdict is today. So that doesn't change anything with them. I think what they do have is information. We would never have known about a lot of the things that were going on behind the scenes. We never would have heard a lot of those stories if this lawsuit hadn't been filed. Kathryn Jackson isn't paying for this lawsuit. The lawyers who are arguing on her behalf were doing it, and they only get paid if they win. They're out millions of dollars if they ultimately lose. So she, for free, if you will, as far as money, learned an awful lot. And a lot of books, I'm sure, will be written and histories will be told because of this trial, what was brought out in this trial.
Which is part of what she says was the reason, right, part of the reason why she wanted this to come about. Alan Duke, if you could stick around, we also have criminal defense attorney Joey Jackson, because we want to break down exactly what's at stake here. Just how big of a payout could there be, if at all? We're watching this verdict coming in 6:30 Eastern Time, only on Evening Express.
Show dirt who's boss with Stanley Steamer, America's cleaning experts for 65 years. Our team goes beyond carpet cleaning to make your whole house cleaner and healthier with virtually no